streaming live?
Try streaming live and maybe that'll publish it. And
Hi guys! We're live! So we are running into a little bit of technical difficulties. So we are gonna be postponing for the next 10 minutes here. You guys stay with us. It's gonna be an awesome show. As you can see, we're in our costumes. I hope you're in your costumes as well. But stick around. We're gonna start in 10 minutes, okay?
Yep, be right back.
You guys, still working out some technical difficulties. Thank you for being here. Black for just a second while we figure this out. We're gonna start soon.
We'll be right back.
Oh God, okay, bye. officially here with you.
Officially,
Yay!
we made it. Finally.
Welcome to our show. So we're going to wait just a few more minutes to let a few more people hop on, but we wanted to go live because we wanted to see if anyone's
right.
wearing Halloween costumes today.
That's right. That's right.
So you guys comment and tell us who's here, and if you're wearing a costume, tell us what you're wearing.
Cheetum says it's been so
Please.
long. We miss all
And I hope some of the family.
Aw, Cheetham's here.
Kara.
Oh, so sweet.
Hi, Cheetam. Hi, Kara. Thank you for being here. We're so
Guys,
excited.
Kara says,
It's going
"Hi,
to be a
guys,
great show.
miss you."
Grab some popcorn and snuggle up on the couch.
Yeah.
Bring the kids. We got some good music.
And I'm going to tell you guys this now. I'm going to keep having to fiddle with my hood because it's not staying on my head. Well, so you guys, who's wearing a costume? Who we got here?
Happy Halloween. Maya will be connecting from Florida. It's 10 p.m. over
From
there.
Florida.
Oh, Maya's in Florida. Oh my God, thank you
that's
for
right.
watching.
Going
It's
to
so late
school.
over there on the East Coast.
Going to school.
Do we got anybody else from the East Coast here?
We will. We certainly will.
Will we?
I know cousin Brian's going to be in, and then
Yay!
I think all the DeCastro family on the East Coast will
Oh,
be
good.
there. That's right.
Have we gotten any comments about costumes?
Not yet.
Not yet, you guys. Nobody's wearing costumes. Where?
We're also hoping to get a call from
Auntie Gina says
the White House.
Hi, Auntie Gina.
We'll see if that happens or not. I don't know.
I don't know what he's talking about.
No.
That joke went right over my head.
Nah.
Gina said you look amazing.
Aw, thank you, Auntie Gina. I appreciate that.
That's right. Well,
Well-
you know, since we worked out, I think all of our technical difficulties are worked out, and
How
let
many
me-
peeps we got?
yeah, let me just relax my fingers for just a few minutes because it's like a refrigerator
Dang it, this hood.
in our studio here. So this
how many-
guitar, I'd
oh.
like to introduce you to her. Her name is Grace.
Jesse, all of us here.
Oh,
Gary's daughter.
Oh, Jesse, thank you for being here with us today. And let us know if you're wearing a costume. I'm sorry, what were you saying about your guitar there?
my guitar is named Grace, and she received this name on account of the fact that I got her some years ago. I think it was my 65th or 60th.
Not sure.
Yeah, and I had my other guitar got stolen, and it was really unfortunate because she was a beauty and very expensive, and I was pretty sure that I would never get one again, at least not as expensive and with that kind of quality and that kind of emotion, you know, attached to it. And then on my birthday, little Duke comes up with everybody at the party and puts this case in front of me, and I opened it up thinking, oh good, he got me a guitar case for the guitar that someday I'll get. And no, this guitar was in it. And so I thought, well, geez, you know, I must have been doing something right. Living in grace and the flow, you know, of and harmony with the good spirit of life. And so that's why I named this little one Grace, because it reminds me of all my friends and family. I think they all chipped in about $20 to buy me a $2,500 guitar.
Wow.
That's a lot of chipping in.
It's a lot of chipping
It's a lot
in,
of chipping in.
indeed.
So Jessie Olive said her costume is her pajamas.
Oh, pajamas.
That's a good one. That's a comfy one.
Ooh.
Auntie Denise is on. She said hello, family.
Oh,
Yay,
Auntie
Denise.
Denise. Auntie
sweet.
Denise, if you're wearing a costume, let us know what costume you're wearing.
Yeah, that's right.
So how many peeps we got now?
18.
18. I think that's enough to get started. What are you
So,
thinking?
yeah, you want to start her up?
Let's go! Woo! You guys, welcome to One World, One People, a
musical
revolutionary
revolution.
live stream. Also a musical revolution.
That's right. You know, we're so happy to have everybody here
Oh,
today.
my
This, you probably got some of the communications and emails. This is a wrap-up celebration party for our 10-week, 10-episode series. One World, One People, the musical revolution. And it's kind of a wonderful thing for us because we get a chance to review a lot of the songs that we played. We got some never before published and seen videos of
Yes.
some of the material.
So you guys, something that we're doing that's new from our last live streams, for those of you who have been here for our last live streams, we're incorporating clips from our episodes. So each interviewee that we interviewed in our episodes is going to be featured today. So exciting! And some of the music videos that were in the episodes, hopefully to encourage those of you who haven't seen the episodes to watch them, because they're really good. They're very moving. So we're
Yeah.
going to be talking about a lot of important things that are
That's right.
important to all of us.
Yeah, and you know, we thought it was also important to do a live stream here.
Oh,
To-
camera turned off.
Yeah, to
Hold on, camera
Oh.
turned off. And we are back. As you
Oh,
see, we are
goodness.
still having technical difficulties.
oh my goodness.
But go ahead.
Zach said, "Happy Halloween! You look great."
Oh, hi, Zachy.
And Megan's here.
Oh, hi,
Say Happy
Megan.
Halloween.
But continue, my dad.
Well, you guys, you almost forgot what I was going to say because being Halloween and stuff with the COVID-19, I wore my costume. I'm Doc from Back in the Future.
Yeah, his hair's not quite messy enough right now.
Can you miss it?
No,
And Mom, come here. Let's show.
my wife tried to mess it up, but I figured I didn't want to look. Oh my
You gotta
God!
scooch down to get in the camera, Ma. She's little Marty. How cute is that?
Yeah.
Oh my
yeah,
goodness.
he's
Okay.
the perfect dog.
Now I'm ready for the show.
Can't be ready without messy hair. A
God
musician without messy hair.
Dang.
Anyways,
Woo.
we're having fun
So
today.
you guys, you know, the wrap-up show I thought was pretty important. Not only a chance to look back on the body of work that we did, but also to re-emphasize, you know, the message of this season for us. We've talked often in every episode about it being a waking world. You know, we talk about, actually our conversation is a little different than the conversation that the nation is having now. Mostly the national conversation is on our differences. It's on the things that keep us apart, you know, and we know that we are much better served, you know, when we talk about our humanity, when we have a conversation about the things we have in common, you know, when we take a moment to to stand in somebody else's shoes, maybe to listen to them speak, maybe you know, maybe to see life, you know, through the eyes of another person. You know, that gives us a window into our humanity, and that's the conversation that we think is worth having. So that's why we're here today.
I agree with that. And you guys, before we begin our show, I just want to let you guys know that we are, sorry, I got distracted. I just wanted to let you guys know that we are taking donations
That's right.
today, and we have been taking donations for this series. What we're doing is we're starting a campaign, and 20% of the donations are going to 10 different organizations across the nation. Each one has a different purpose and serves a different purpose for our communities, for our country, and
That's
for
right.
the world as well.
That's right.
And the rest of the funds will be donated to us to continue our program and our entertainment activism.
we could use it.
Yes, indeed. So you guys can find the donation link in the description below. If you care to donate, we would appreciate it so much, and it would help begin a brighter future for 2021.
Yeah.
And there's a tip glass on the screen.
Maya Chapet says, "Hi, miss you all from Florida."
Oh, hi,
sweet girl.
Maya. Thank you for being here.
Our family, Christine Patino,
Oh.
says, "I love you all so much. Thank you for spreading so much
Oh.
joy and love to
This
us."
is crazy having all you guys here at this
I
time.
know.
It's just the
Love all
best.
Patinos. I love your costume so much.
Hey, thank you. I threw it together.
Woohoo!
And-
Andy
Oh,
Morgan.
Andy's here.
Andy!
Greg DiCastro, best music teacher ever.
Ah, yes, he is.
Well,
We all learn
you
from the
know,
best.
I
And You guys, I just wanted to let you guys know that we are not on a directional mic anymore, so it might pick up more of the room sound, just so you guys are aware. Okay.
Trey Langdon.
Trey is here!
Hello.
Hi, my friend Trey from New York. Oh my God, I'm so happy you're here. You've been so long.
It's so crazy doing stuff, nationally.
Yes, it is.
In fact, internationally, because we have guests with us tonight from Germany, from Japan, from all over. Hopefully from Samoa, from Barbados as well.
All right, should we get started?
Yeah, let's do it.
Are you guys ready? I hope you are, because it's gonna be fun. Woohoo! So, what are we starting out with here, Pop?
Well, we're going to introduce our first guest. And, this is a gentleman that was in episode number 1. And he is a famous entertainer, a very good friend of mine. We've performed together for many years. He was an original member of KC and the Sunshine Band. He performed with the Jacksons. He performed with Nancy Wilson. He recorded with everybody in the industry. And he's a warm and wonderful soul. We're so proud to know him. I know that I am.
And specifically, we're going to be talking about Mandela, which is one of your songs. So why don't we introduce that first before we hop into that clip?
Well, yeah, and Oliver will give us a little more information about this. But the song that we're going to feature is a song that I wrote. It's called Mandela, and it's about the nonviolent struggle of Nelson Mandela to achieve freedom and independence for South Africa in 1994. That's right. And the struggle is still carrying on.
Yes, indeed. So it's a story not only about 1994, but about what's still going on. And it's so important to be peaceful. So
that's right.
Oliver is going to talk a little bit about that. So Dookie, play that clip.
When I think of Mandela, I think of a man that came to understand something that Gandhi and Jesus put into play in Martin Luther King. Every time anyone has approached our differences and our challenges in a nonviolent way, it put it down and it stayed down, and Black Lives Matter need to understand the same thing. Martin Luther King went through a lot of changes, but it's a long ways from where it was when he started.
Woohoo, Ollie! Well said.
Yes. So that was Oliver C. Brown from Casey and the Sunshine Band. He's now in the band Nils.
That's right.
So if you get a chance, look him up. He's awesome.
Yeah.
But before we introduce the song, Oliver also is a percussionist, obviously, because he's a musician. And in our episode, if you watch, you'll see our music video for this song. We're going to perform it live today. But he does have a little conga solo in there, so we wanted to feature him before we jump into the live performance. So Dookie, play that clip.
Yeah. Woo! Big O!
Those hands are so fast.
So, we actually, for the first episode and for our opening number tonight, we picked this song because Nelson Mandela, he's a great example for all of us. Here's a guy that never gave up on love. He never gave up on his faith for humanity. Years in prison, for his cause. And when he came out, his focus was still on forgiveness. Mm-hmm. His focus was still on the positive and creating that change that we all can make. And so I feel like he's an example not only for that time then, but also to be an example for all of us right now. Mm-hmm. And that's what we're all about, and that's what this song is about. Mandela drums are beating.
Here we go.
1, 2, 3.
Mandela.
Drums are beating.
Time is now.
Hear them say.
There's no sleep, there's no rest.
we're a planet possessed.
Mandela, Mandela, Mandela. Woohoo! Mahutala.
In the dawning of time, God made mankind in the image and likeness of him. Yellow and red, brown, black and white, but one color under the skin.
Mandela, Mandela.
Drums are beating,
Time is now, time is now.
hear them say,
There's no sleep, there's no rest.
we're a planet possessed.
Mandela, Mandela, Mandela. Woohoo!
When will we rest this monstrous thing? Prejudice, greed, and hatred. Oh, when will we sing of freedom and peace? Mandela, Mandela, Mandela. Hey!
Mandela, Mandela.
Drums are beating.
Time is now, time is now.
Hear them say,
There's no sleep, there's no rest.
we're a planet possessed.
Mandela, Mandela, Mandela. Mandela, Mandela. Drums are beating. Time is now, time is now. Hear them say, there's no sleep, there's no rest. We're a planet possessed. Mandela, Mandela, Mandela. Woo!
Andy Moore.
Ooh, we have some comments.
Andy said, where does he put the tips?
Andy's asking how to donate. So you guys can't actually put tips in the tip jar. They only show up when you donate from the link. A little confusing, but the donation link is in the description below. So you could click directly on that and it'll guide you through the instructions. Thank you for asking, Andy. Yay!
Yeah. My
Auntie
dear friend.
Benita and Uncle Guy said that you
Ah.
guys are amazing. They're watching.
Auntie Vanita and Uncle Guy, thank you for being
No,
here,
you guys are amazing.
We're so excited.
My little brother Guy, for all your listeners.
And Judy said, Auntie Judy said she's watching from bed.
Ah.
She just has
I hope you're in a Halloween costume in bed, Auntie Judy. For those of you who are just joining us, this is also a costume party. So if you're wearing a
That's right.
costume, comment and let us know what you're wearing. This is Doc Brown, and I'm a witch, I think. I'm not sure.
My patient. My patient.
Oh, goodness. So let's keep moving.
Yeah. We're going to take you to our second episode and do a little bit of a highlight for that. We were very, very fortunate to contact with an extremely talented and charismatic musician from the Caribbean, Mr. John King. You know, he's been a hero of ours ever since Janisa was 15.
Yeah, actually.
She sang one of John King's songs. And we found out that over a period of time, you know, his music was involved with all the political activism, you know, and he decided to even expand, you know, his energy and his talents and get involved in politics. And so now, Mr. John King.
Yes, he's the minister in the Prime Minister's office with responsibility for culture and the national development in Barbados.
The islands of Barbados.
And he's also a musician, you guys. And like he said, I did cover one of his songs when I was 15 years old. I sang it at the last live stream if you guys were here. For those of you who weren't here for that live stream, the song is called How Many More.
Yeah.
It's a story about the struggle, the human struggle. And so it's very universal to what's going on right now. It was written in the 90s. So we want to just play a little clip of it just to share that moment with you, just to spread awareness
Mr.
of
John
that message.
King.
So Dookie, play that clip.
It was the heartbeat of the Earth Mother. It was, I mean, it was so deep. I think it's a masterpiece.
That nobody cares. Oh no. So many sons lost in the slaughter. Blood running in the streets like water.
A gun in hand knows no friend, no, no. That's the next lyric. How powerful is that? And that's so
many
true.
more?
Mike
Whew.
said he's watching and he's digging the music.
Oh, Mike, thank you for joining us.
Yeah.
So, you guys, if you see us look off and you don't hear what's going on, my mom's reading the comments to us so we can respond and interact with you guys.
Dorothy is watching from Texas. I think that's
Oh.
little Dorothy.
Little Dorothy, oh, so good to see you. Well, not see you, but have you here.
That's right.
That's Nicole's.
So
Let
you,
us know if you're wearing a costume, Dorothy.
so you guys, back to John King just a little bit. We had such an interesting conversation with him because, as we all are, we're concerned about climate change. It's one of the things that we talked about in his episode. And his perspective and point of view is a little different than ours. I know that I have conversations. I talk about the statistics. I talk about the science and stuff. But John King is on an island, in the Caribbean. Mm-hmm. And his point of view is different because he said,
we'll see.
well, we'll see what he has to say about it.
So, Dookie, play that clip.
If the planet becomes at least 2 more degrees hotter, there is a possibility that sea levels rise. And if those sea levels rise, there's a possibility that islands such as mine can be wiped out in the blink of an eye. That's what science is telling us. Now, I have to take that very seriously.
Indeed, he has to take it very seriously.
Yes,
Yeah.
indeed, he has to take it very seriously.
Yeah, he's at the forefront. So,
And
this...
I was just going to say, I think it's important that we share that with you guys. That bit of information, I know it was a lot to read. It was part of our episode. If you watch the extended episode, it'll make a little more sense in the context. But we feel that that's an important thing to put out there so that we have, again, the awareness. We can have a conversation about what's going on in different parts of the world outside of our own circles. I think that's so important.
That's right. And one of John King's very, very strong messages to us was please pay attention to science, please. Mm-hmm. And we take it seriously. It brings me to the song that we picked for his episode and for you guys out there. 1970, put yourself back there. That's when I wrote this song. I'm telling you, we talk about climate change. Back in 1970, the air was so bad. In fact, the Environmental Protection Agency in Los Angeles had one helicopter, and the budget was so small that they could only fill it with gas once a week. I'm not kidding you. It was so bad. You couldn't see the mountains on the other side of LA, even if you lived in LA. And so, I wrote a song at that time about the conditions. It's called LA Air, and I think that it's a song that's still gaining currency, so to speak, in our conversation and mind. Mm-hmm. And I'd like to share it with you right now. LA Air, it's the thing that you need. Here we go. LA Air, it's the thing that you need. Yes, if you wanna rush, all you do is just breathe. On a good day in LA, breathing gets you so high, you could water your grass with the tears from your eye. LA air, it's the latest sensation. It's the #1 craze, rocking the nation out of New York and Pittsburgh and old San Antonio, out of Newark, New Jersey, Skunk Butt, Idaho, out in Squirrel Crap, Montana, and Kalamazoo. You know they dig it there so much, they're breathing it too. So come on, folks, just take a good long hit. Don't be shy, you see that everyone's on it. Because the air over LA is definitely the most popular thing since good old LSD. You know the LA air, it's the end thing to breathe. While you're reading your paper or watching TV, while you're going to church or you're going wee-wee, while you're wiping your nose down the side of your sleeve, while you're standing in line or you're staring at me, while you're making your mind up that you gotta leave LA. LA. LA, yeah. LA, yeah. LA, yeah. This song is dedicated to the Standard Oil Company of America.
You guys, I hope you enjoyed that song. What's going on?
Okay, Uncle Mike and Auntie Tina, Tiana said, "Moto te alofa yate oi." Love to you.
Thank you guys for being here. Thank you for watching. Yes, Uncle Mike is also featured at the end of this live stream, so stick around to the end, you guys. We have a very special
My
surprise.
dear friend and Auntie Tiana.
Yes. Wow, you guys. Thank you for being here. Again, for the newcomers, if you happen to be wearing a costume today, type what costume you're wearing in the chat. And also, we are taking donations. I mentioned this at the beginning. We have a campaign going, and 20% of our donations go to 10 different organizations across the nation. We have more information on that we'll be putting out. But our donation link is in the description below. So please donate.
Yeah, please do that. So we'd
So-
like to take our viewers here to our third episode guest.
On to our next topic.
You know, we're so lucky. We know so many wonderful people. I'm telling you. And this gentleman, he's played music with us for many years. His name's Mr. Harvey Estrada.
He's a professional bass player.
Professional bass player, been in the industry many years, but not only that, but he's also a professor of music at Compton College.
Yes, Compton, California.
Yeah, right here in town. And so he knows a few things about music.
He's very, very smart. Oh my goodness, you guys. He does so much research.
That's right.
So the topic of our episode and of what we're going to show you today is how music, learning an instrument, learning how to sing actually ups your IQ. And
right.
he has some evidence that is true. So you guys, if you're not a musician, pick up a guitar, go sing a song. It's fun and it's good for your brain.
It's good for your brain.
So Dookie, play that clip.
Play that clip. You said whether you're a musician or a doctor, if it weren't for music, a lot of us wouldn't be where we are today.
I was in certain subjects that I wasn't doing so well in science and in math and things like that. So when I got to college, I started taking these other courses, these foreign language courses. I took a biology course. And I was in these courses, but my music courses was like 10 times harder, right? What I learned is that the IQ that I must have gotten from my music courses got my IQ up high enough to really deal with any subject.
Oh,
All right, that was Harvey. He's so intellectual. He's such an amazing person, and he has so much to share with us. So you guys, if you haven't watched our series, watch episode 3. It's really, really good.
yeah, so, many of you that are listening out there are musicians, and Harvey's message, I know, is heartfelt, and it's an important thing for all of us because, Harvey, with all his years of education, he understands that music is important for many reasons, and we need more musicians out there. We need people to play at home. We need people to play on the stage. We need people to play on the internet. We need to hear that stuff. And that brings us to our next song, which is called Someone's Got to Play the Music.
Because someone's got to play the music.
Because someone's got to play. And on our episode, Harvey did a real nice duet with me, and if we could we bring that clip up?
So wait, real quick. In our episode, like we said, we do music videos of all these songs that we're performing live. So you guys should go watch it. He's featured on there with us.
That's
so
right.
We're gonna play his bass solo for you guys now. Play that
Come on, Harvey. Come on, Harvey, play it for us. That's right. Harvey.
That's right.
Harvey, we wish it was longer.
I know, Harvey, if you're here, shout out to you. I'm not sure if you're here or not, but if you are, chat in the comments.
Let me just pop in since Maya is on the phone. I mean, on the
phone.
Hey,
You guys are all on the phone call
that's
right
old
now.
style stuff. Hi, Maya. Hey, this song is for you, honey, and because Harvey's such a talented bass player, and when we got together, I thought about you when we did his episode because Maya is a talented bass player as well as among her many other talents
I did not even know
too.
that. I didn't even know you play the bass.
She is-
What the heck?
she is
She's
bad
also
on the
an
bass.
amazing singer, which I knew, but anyways,
bad
that's
on the bass.
amazing.
So
Michael Regal said, yeah.
Yay! Thanks, Mike.
So, let's play a little bit of this song. And, I won't carry on too much because if I start telling stories, we'll never get
We want to hear the
to
story,
the end
though.
of this show. Okay. Oh, talk me into it.
Otherwise,
You
why
pulled
play
my-
the song if you
pulled
don't
my
know
arm.
what the story's about?
Well, the good thing about being a songwriter for me is my stories all come from personal experience. And they're snapshots of a time and place. And every time I play a song, it puts my mind in the perspective of now, even when I look, back on things, and gives me some clarity in life. Well, this particular song was about a time when we were pretty financially bad, me and little Jean, and we were living in North Long Beach, and we didn't have a pot to piss in. It was a pretty, and it was pretty bad shape. So one night we heard a knock on the door, and I opened it up, and there was a guy that came to repossess our car. And I walked to the door because I was been practicing there, and I had my guitar in my hand, and I'm looking at him, and I'm thinking, well, I looked him in the eyes, and I said, hey, well, you know what, why don't you come on in just for a minute before you take our car? And so he did. He came in, and he sat down on the floor, and because we didn't have any furniture there, we had some
And
cushions.
he was a dirty hippie back in the day. I don't know if you guys know this about him.
Yeah,
He didn't even
well-
wear shoes outside.
Well, but to make a long story longer, he came in, he sat down, and I played him a couple of tunes. And we got to be talking about the life of a musician, and things were pretty tough at the time. And so he said, at the end of our conversation, at the end of the songs, he goes, look, I'll tell you what I'm going to do. He says, I'm not going to take your car. I said, oh, man, that's good. He goes, and what I want you to do, he says, why don't you park it, 2 blocks away, and, walk to and from the car. And then when you catch up on your payments, then you can go ahead and park it in your driveway and have a good evening. And so...
It's just a reflection of the magic and really the universal language of music.
Yeah, I know the music had something to do with it, and of course my personality too. But
So charming.
At any rate, I wrote this song, and it goes like this. It's called Someone's Got to Play the Music. Imagine life without a song, no radio to carry on. Someone's got to play the music. They all say quit, you just don't pay. I know we'd all regret the day because someday the music, the finance man may take away my car, but I dare that man to try and take away my guitar. So I'll play my song and sing my rhyme for all of man and womankind, because someone got to play the music. Finance man may take away my car, but I dare that man to try and take away my guitar. Well, I'll play my song and sing my rhyme for all of man and womankind, because someone got to play. You know I got to play. Someone got to play the music. Woo!
Yay!
Giving a bunch of hearts.
So what happened with that camera there? Did it turn off? All right, sorry you guys, you missed part of the song. Our camera turned off. But we'll keep moving on here. That was a good performance, my dad.
I know. I enjoyed every moment of it.
So let's pay attention to that if that happens. So we're gonna hop to the next topic here, you guys. Our fourth episode.
Oh yeah.
It's a guest named Bobby McDonald.
Yeah.
He is the president and CEO of the OC Black Chamber.
Right. Bobby knows a lot of people, and Bobby's well connected, and he does a lot of service for the community. And not only that, but Bobby is a veteran, a Vietnam veteran, and a very proud veteran. One of the interesting things we found out about Bobby is that the military goes back in his family for quite a number of years. And in fact, he is a direct descendant of the legendary Buffalo Soldiers.
Yes, we thought it would be a fun thing to present. He's going to talk a little bit about that. We thought it'd be a fun thing to present because I'm sure most of you guys know the song Buffalo Soldiers by Bob Marley. But a lot of us, including me, I didn't actually know what Buffalo Soldiers were. So again, spreading awareness. We're now going to play a clip to talk a little bit about that so you guys can know what that is as well. So Dickie, play that clip.
Yeah.
After the Civil War, there were over 200,000 colored troops. With the 200,000 colored troops, they formed two cavalry regiments and 4 infantry regiments. They pretty much built the West. And they got the nickname because of the buffalo. Some of the Indians thought that because the buffaloes with the manes and the hair, and when you went after a buffalo, it fought. Wow. And when they fought hard.
Woo!
Hey! So you guys, just a little bit of information on the Buffalo Soldiers. On the actual episode, there's a lot more information on there. And also, he has a wide variety of things to talk about in terms of the history of America, how that's still affecting us today. And he's also a Vietnam veteran.
Yeah, he has some very interesting, well, we thought it was interesting to get his perspective, about our national policy on war.
But that's not next. Could Not Look Away is next.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, do we have comments?
Yeah, Nadine.
Nadine, the Choots! Hi, Choots!
Her granddaughter Ashley is texting. She said, "Love you too. This is Nadine. Ashley is my granddaughter. Love your music. One world, one people."
Yes, we are. One world, one people, you guys.
Oh my
And
God.
once again, for those of you who are just joining us now, this is a costume party. It's a Halloween celebration. So if you're wearing a costume tonight, please tell us what you're wearing in the comments below.
That's right.
Yay. So we're going to move into our next song. And we presented this song in the 4th episode with Bobby. It's called Could Not Look Away.
That's right. And, well, the clip actually does a pretty good introduction.
Well,
But it's a story about 9/11. And I wrote it directly after 9/11 because it seemed like the world would never be the same. And in so many ways, it hasn't been. But it's also a window into the present. And it gives us a chance to, at least gives me a chance to think about, you know, what this is all about. You know, our national policy has changed dramatically since 9/11, and we're involved in a lot of things that really bear thinking, you know, and some clarity of thought and some national conversation. And hopefully this song touches on some of those points.
And the title actually, it holds, he glimpsed on this a little bit, but the title actually holds 2 different meanings now. It's Could Not Look Away, and when it was written, it was about 9/11, about the tragedy, how it was so terrible, but it's still, you could not take your eyes off of it.
That's right.
And now we're taking it almost into the context of there's so many things that need change right now, and there's so many things that are evolving, and it's really time for us to take a look at what's going on.
Yeah, we cannot not look away.
So we're going to play that video for you today.
Ooh, you're going to love it. This is a story I wrote about 9/11. I remember where I was that morning. And I know we all remember where we were. And this song gives us all an opportunity to think about where we are now. Perfect morning, cradled in the hands of God, sacred silence, sober and young, sudden violence, rain down from the heavens above, is dead and dying. How can this be? Towers are shaking, and they could not stand, and the hearts were breaking.
The brotherhood of man, all the walls collapsed around us, and all the gods looked down in shame, and every eye turned up to heaven.
What they saw is too terrible to say. Still I could not look away. Now we're haunted by shadows of a holy war, burning crosses with God on our side. So many losses as mothers watch their children die. Is this holy? How can this be? And the towers are shaking in Jerusalem, and the hearts were breaking.
The brotherhood of man, all the walls collapsed around us,
And
all
to say. You could not look away.
All the walls collapsed around us. All the gods looked down in shame, and every eye turned up to heaven. What they saw is too terrible to say.
Still I could not,
Look away,
still we could not,
look away.
still we must not.
Look away. Whew. That's a heavy one, you guys.
It's a heavy one. That was tough on the fingers, too.
I know, can you believe those fingers?
Tough on the heart, but tough on the fingers.
Wow.
Good
So,
God.
so you guys, I hope you enjoyed that. I just wanted to let you guys know if you are commenting during any of the clips, they don't show up on the screen. I don't know if that's important to anyone, but
Well,
I
we
just
like
thought
to
of
see
that
them.
now.
We like
But
to
we
see
like
them.
to see them, yeah.
Please do comment. Please let us know because we have an interpreter here, beautiful Jean, my wonderful
Uh-huh.
wife, and she'll let us know the message and we can get back to you.
Mom, can you check the comments for us when you get a moment?
Nah.
Okay, so you guys, we're gonna
Anthony
move.
Said, hello, Nadine. And Nadine says, my heart is full.
Aw, Auntie Denise says hello to Nadine. So you guys, we're gonna move. We have one more clip about from Bobby McDonald. Like he was saying, we talked a little bit about national policy,
Right.
and at the end of our conversation, it ended on the importance of our vote. And outside of national policy, that goes for every other social and political issue that is happening right now. Our vote is so important. And you guys, guess what? Election day is on my birthday,
That's
November 3rd. So you guys must vote as a gift to me.
That's right, you know, and we appreciated his message too because, you know, as the tendency is to take sides and find differences and create and prevent discussion, I think that Bobby's point of view was so refreshing to me because he encouraged us, do what your heart tells you, think about it, but do vote, do participate, do be a part, you know, of this wonderful country. Things will work themselves out however they turn out in the election. You know, our humanity, our spirit, you know, will evolve and it's going to turn out for the best in the long run.
Yes,
So,
indeed.
but do vote.
Yes, and lead with your heart.
right.
So let's play that clip. It's just a short interjection here from Bobby McDonald.
Go, Bobby.
But some of that mess, we'll get in trouble on this, we created. All right. And by being in Afghanistan and some of these areas, we're trying to put it out. Now, what's happening now? I have no idea because a lot is hidden. Those that want it to stay the same will come out and vote. Those that want change will come out and vote.
Mm-hmm.
And then that will be the outcome of where we go from here.
Woo!
It
That's
really
so true.
will determine where we go from here, you guys. Let's work together.
That's right.
So we're gonna hop to a totally different. I just put my hood on and it popped right back off. Let's hop to subject now. Another important one, and it's gun laws. As we all know, there are a lot of different opinions about what our gun laws in the U.S. should be. But what we did in our 5th episode, we'd like to introduce our next guests now.
That's right.
Miss Regina and Jasmine Beck. They're actually from Germany, and we'll talk a little bit about them. But in our first clip, we talk about gun laws, the difference between U.S. gun laws and German gun laws, and how it works for them, how they keep each other safe, things like that.
That's right. And Jasmine has a very unique point of view because she knows about guns. She's in the infantry. She's in the German military, and she's going to tell us a little bit about the laws in Germany about guns.
Yes, indeed.
So we can.
We have some comments before the clip.
What?
Bridget Ramirez says, "Aloha, my favorite hula ohana.
Oh,
I love you
Bridget.
guys. So good to see and hear your beautiful songs and stories. No costumes. I look spooky enough after paddling all day."
For those of you who didn't hear, she said, "No costume today. I look spooky enough after paddling all day."
And Michael Rigo said, "Wow, great song."
Oh, thank you so much, Mike. And thank you, Bridget, for being here. We're so excited to have you guys.
That's right.
Kalia Reed, beautiful.
Kila! Thank you for being here. I'm so happy you're here. And I wish I could see you in person and give you a hug.
We're so happy to have your comments too. That means a lot to us.
Yeah, it does.
Cousin
Cousin
Brian.
Yay!
Bravo.
Vote for the planet. Vote for the future.
Yes, vote for the future of our children. So you guys, we're going to play that clip from Regina and Beck. Again, this is our 5th episode, so if you want to know more, but Dookie, play that clip.
Have to transport the gun separate in a separate place in a safe. Even when you're at home, because when you're at home and you don't go out, you have to close the place where the gun is in. So you need at home in a safe.
Wow.
Yeah.
Let me play a little something while you pause.
All right, yes.
I just skipped through.
Oh.
Are we back? Sorry, guys.
We started with technical difficulties, and they keep periodically
And this is a
sprouting
new
up.
technical difficulty. I'm going to have to take a step away from my chair. My dad's going to play a little ditty in the meantime, and then we'll pick right back up.
Yeah. So.
Nadine donated. Auntie Gina donated. Poliakomo donated.
Oh, sweet girl. Yeah. I know. Well, every once in a while, my wife gives me an update. I like it. I like being updated by you, little one. It's good. Well, I'm going to play just a little something while Janisa slips over there to take care of the technical problem. Actually, I have no problems. That's my problem. So, so what I'd like to do is, let's see, what in the world should I do? Oh, I know. Okay. We got a big family. Everybody knows that. There's 9 of us in the family, 9 kids. And I have a younger sister. And when I was little, I used to change diapers. And along with my twin brother, we both took care of the little ones and stuff. And then we would watch the kids, when mom and dad were off to work. And there was a period of time there where, mom and pop split up. And so we took good care of the kids. Well, one day Maria had to go to school. She's the youngest one. And she said she was sick. She wasn't sick. I knew she wasn't sick. But at the same time, I had sympathy in my heart for her because, she didn't want to go to school. I understood that. So I said, sure, honey. So anyways, next day she had to go back to school, but she needed a note. And I wrote her one. I gave her a note. But the problem was she didn't like the note. She was about to run out the door, and she stopped. She fortunately read the note. She came back, and she goes, I can't give this note to my teacher. So I said, yeah, okay. So I took the note, and I wrote her a proper one, a proper message. And to this day, I saved that message that I wrote her, and this is what it said. Please excuse Maria for being absent yesterday. Just the thought of going to school made her so sick, she had to stay at home. She tells me that her education is messing with her inspiration and gives her mental constipation too. So please excuse Maria for missing school. Signed, Mom.
Papa song. Papa song.
Papa song. Okay, well, I could do that.
I want to sing with you at home.
Yeah, you know, there's a lot of DeCastros on the line here watching the show. So why don't you guys do sing along? And we actually didn't plan on doing this, but thank God for technical difficulties, because we can remember my dad, and we can remember all of our fathers. You know, where would we be, huh? Where would we be without our folks? Where would anybody be? I thought a lot about that, and at one point, you know, when I came back from overseas, it was from my visit in Samoa, and I thought, geez, I should let my dad know all about, you know, how I feel. And so while he was still with us, and so I sat down and wrote the song, and I went over to his place to write, to sing it for him, thinking, oh, geez, this is great. I'm going to sing this song for Pop, and he's going to love it, and I'll be his favorite kid. Well, I played the song for my dad. You know, he had a little trailer there on the corner of Avalon Boulevard in Carson, and he lived alone because the folks were separated at the time. And I sat down across from him and I played the song. Well, I finished singing for him, and he just sat there and didn't say a damn thing, which is kind of what he always said, nothing. And I thought, geez. Okay, so, you know, I packed up my guitar, I locked the case, and I walked over to the door, and I reached for the handle to go outside, and Pop said, he says, hey, Greg, you know, where are you going? I said, I'm, well, you know, Dad, I'm leaving. He goes, well, don't go. You know, let me make you some dinner. I thought, wow, great. Pop never made me dinner. Damn, this is great. Must have really touched a chord, you know. So I sat down at the table. We had a little table there, his trailer on one side of the table, and Papa was on the other. And so he made me some dinner, you know. He popped a Coke, put it in front of me, popped him one, took out some crackers and cheese, and set us up our dinner. And that was the best meal, one of the best meals I ever had. And it was his way of saying how much he appreciated what I did. Because his generation, you know, let their actions speak for them, and it took me a long time to learn that. So this is Papa's song. And for all of my nieces and nephews out there, this is Grandpa's song. And for all of my friends and my family and my fans, this is your dad's song, man. This is it. It's called Papa's Song. And it goes like this. Papa was a hero, though he never went to war. He fought to raise 9 children. Who could ask for more? He never bragged too much about us, not the kind to talk too loud. But deep inside, Papa was. Each time he gave us his last dollar, he never asked for no applause. And if the whole world owes him something, I guess that thing is love. And I'm sure he knew that someday it would all come back to him. 'cause it's true, it always comes back in the end. And I wish that I could give you $1,000,000 bill and a Cadillac with white walls and a house up on the hill. I've been trying to get it, Papa, but it just ain't come along. All I got to give you is this song. Well, a parent's never perfect, but a kid can't understand. It takes a little bad and good to make a perfect man. And maybe in a year or so, when I have some children too, I pray to God they love me half as much as I love you. Come on now.
And I wish that I could give you
$1,000,000 bills and a Cadillac
with white walls
and a house up on the hill. I've been trying to get it, Papa, but it just ain't come along. Now all I got to give you is this song. Well, Papa was a hero, though he never went to war. He fought to raise 9 children. Who could ask for more?
Oh, yeah! Well, it turns out my technical difficulty was a good thing, you guys.
Ah, you know,
I
got
love that
so
song.
emotional about this, I forgot the damn chords.
God dang it, Dad!
It's all right, they don't matter. It's the message that matters.
I know, I added an extra line to his verse. I pray to God, maybe in a year or so when I have some children too, I pray to God they love me half as I love you, and I add, we do!
Ooh,
All right,
Lord
you
have
guys.
mercy. Brings a tear to a glass eye.
We have another, we have some more comments before we hop forward.
Jay, Lash Bread.
Oh, Jay, oh my God, I haven't seen you in forever.
Come on, yeah. Our hula brothers.
Jay.
Oh,
Thank you for being here. Wow. So awesome, you guys, to reconnect virtually.
yeah.
And Michael Rigo said, so great. He loved that song. He feels that way about his spirit.
Oh, yes.
That's
Thank
right.
you, Mike.
Thank you.
So we have another emotional song for you here.
Yes,
It's
we do.
one of the songs we presented for our German friends, again, on episode 5.
That's right.
It's called...
Yeah. It's called, I can't remember. It's called All These Boundaries.
All These Boundaries, and it also has a second name, which is actually the theme of our show.
That's right. One world, one people.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and everybody has had moments in their life that bring clarity and kind of a cathartic experience, and I've had my share, but there's been 2, and one in particular was when I traveled just before my 21st birthday to Europe, and I hitchhiked across all of Europe, and trusting in the Great Spirit to find my way, and I met nothing but wonderful people who took me in, and that was my very first experience. I remember sitting on a hill in the middle of Germany, looking down at I think it was Heidelberg, and I was too far away hitchhiking to actually make it to the town that night, and I had to sleep by the side of the road in the forest there. But I felt so peaceful. I felt so good because I was sitting there just looking at this beautiful side in the distance with the glimmering lights of the city, and it was twilight, and I felt at home. I felt like this is my home. This planet is my home. This soul, this body, wherever I go, I'll always be at home. And that's where this song came from. So anyway, let's tell the story with music here, because I could talk forever. Ha! Well, I had dreams, I had plans, I had money in my hands, and I thought it might be time to see the world. Maybe Paris or Rome, I could make myself at home, play the music, drink the wine, and meet the girls. I was young and I was bold, over anxious to grow old and do all the things I was never supposed to do. But I learned fast, as I recall, though the world's so very small, there can be distances so great between us two. All these boundaries, they don't mean a thing to me. I can take them or leave them, 'cause I know that wherever I roam, I can call it my home. One world, one people, that's my home. One world, one people, that's my home. I got to get my place here because I put a capo on. There it is. In my dreams, in my sleep, there are secrets that I keep in a place that few have ever been. On a planet called Earth, sacred mountain of my birth, filled with brothers and sisters and friends. And there I seen the sunrise through a million people's eyes, and I learned that they're no different than my own. We all see joy in the light, we all see sorrow in the night, and we search to find the key to right and wrong. And all these boundaries, they don't mean a thing to me. I can take them or leave them, 'cause I know that wherever I roam, I will call it my home. One world, one people, that's my home. One world, one people, that's my home.
Ay. You got me all emotional now.
So Jake,
Oh, man.
JJ says, it's amazing to see you. Miss you bunches.
Aw,
We'll
thank
have
you.
to connect again. Nadine said, love that. Love you, Greg. Nadine,
Aw.
what a doll your daughter is.
Thank you, Nadine, and thank you, Jay.
And
You guys are so
Brian-
sweet.
And Cousin Brian said, if we all followed that mantra, one world, one people, we would all be so much better off.
Yes, thank you, Cousin Brian. That's what this is all about, you guys.
And John, happy Halloween.
Happy Halloween, us, John. Are you wearing a costume?
I
If you're wearing a costume, put it in the chat.
Probably, is that John?
John, yeah.
Oh, I know his costume. He's got his Dodger jersey on. No, oh no.
What? No. Other
Oh,
John.
John.
Different John. He's probably got a nice
Daniel.
something homemade on
and
right
he's
now.
got his Admiral's hat, no doubt.
I'm not gonna say that.
Preston said, woohoo.
Oh no, Preston's here. Oh my gosh. Thank you, Preston, for being here.
Well,
You're
bright
so
spirit.
sweet and supportive.
Preston
I'm trying to
Kuo.
put this thing on.
Yeah,
It is not staying on, you guys.
that's
I'm
all
trying
right.
to be a witch over here. Dang it.
Don't
Okay,
say
all right.
that.
I guess I'm gonna be I guess I'm gonna be some sort of other kind of scary thing now. I don't know what's going on. Okay, we're gonna keep moving, you guys. Just here.
Yeah.
We have another clip from Rebe and Jasmine. I call her Rebe. Her name is Regina.
That's right.
Regina and Jasmine. As he mentioned, Jasmine is currently part of the German military. So she has a very interesting perspective in the military as a female. And then on that same episode, it's an extended episode. Episode 5 features 3 different guests. We have Regina and Jasmine from Germany, and then we also have Mr. Eva Setti.
That's right.
From the U.S., who is also an Iraq War veteran.
That's right. One of our dear friends.
Yeah, if you can imagine, they have 2 very different experiences. And again, it's about the awareness of the differences and the similarities between different parts of the world. So expanding our horizons. So we're going to share 2 clips. We're going to share one about Jasmine talking about her experience and one about Eva. So let's play Jasmine's clip.
I joined the army because I wanted to prove myself that I'm able to be a soldier, even if I'm a woman. So yes, it's tougher because of the weight we have. When we have a backpack on, the backpack has a specific weight, and for sure it's not that easy for a woman because we don't have those muscles like a man has. So you just have to prove them and you prove yourself, and then you get respected even from the male comrades.
Wow.
That's right.
Yes. So you guys, that was a very powerful episode for me as a female, because it's true that with a female physical body, it's a little bit different than it is for a male, especially when you have to carry heavy weight in the military and things like that. But she is strong enough and powerful enough to do it because she is a strong female. And that's so empowering for all of us to hear. So I'm so excited to share that with you guys.
Right.
So,
yes, and you know, Eva's point of view is just a little bit different, and we feel very close to Eva because he danced with us. Uncle Mike, you remember little Eva from the Samoan?
He's not so little anymore.
Yeah, all the Samoan that danced with the lad, you know, and Levine and all the boys. He's pretty big now. But yeah, he stopped dancing for a while and then went away to war. Let's hear a little bit about his perspective and point of view and his experience overseas.
After my first tour, I didn't know why we were being sent there. I mean, we lost so many soldiers. I couldn't believe. We started to assist the country with their military and their police, law enforcement that they had. We started training them, but other than that, I mean, they were killing a lot of us, and we were killing a lot of them at the same time. But for what reason, that just escaped our thought. Especially, am I gonna make it back home alive? That was like my main focus. Like, I gotta get home.
Eva, you rascal. Well, that's what, you know, that's what Eva had to say. And we talked a little bit about the question, you know, as a soldier, it's not your job to ask why you're going to war or where you're going to war, or even if it's worth going to war. But as a citizen, it's your responsibility, you know, to question foreign policy and to think about it. And we have a song. I'm really excited about playing this video because it's a father's perspective. Well, the video will explain a little bit more about it, but we do think that it is important, you know, to think about why we send our children overseas, and we have to understand what we fight for. We have to understand what the battle is about, and we have to understand what America is about, and what the countries that we are either going to support or defeat are all about. So it's the same thing we always ask all of our viewers: please, you know, do research and think, and that's truly being patriotic.
Yes. So this song, it's called, he never tells you the title of the song. It's called Plastic Soldiers. And we're going to play the video for you to kickstart your thinking here. So go ahead.
Oh my, have we got a song for you today?
Oh my.
Hey, this is a great tune. A time ago, it's called Plastic Soldiers. And it's something to think about. It's a father's perspective on a children's game, the game of war. plastic bullets from the Christmas gun. The young ones learn that fighting must be fun.
It's so easy to count the dead when not a tear, a drop of blood is shed. Soldiers come of age,
innocence replaced with rage.
the sweet dream ends and the nightmare starts.
And plastic soldiers die of broken hearts. Why do the young grow so fast? Why don't they leave their war games past? Oh,
In backyard battles there was no pain, and genocide was just a friendly game. Plastic soldiers come of age,
innocence replaced with rage.
the sweet dream ends and the nightmare starts.
And plastic soldiers die of broken hearts. Plastic some of age, innocence replaced with rage. The sweet dream ends and the nightmare starts.
Plastic soldiers come of age,
Innocence with rage.
the sweet dream ends and the nightmare starts.
And plastic soldiers die. And plastic soldiers die of broken hearts. Hey, that editing job, Janisa put that together, and that, whew, boy, beautiful, honey.
And that song my dad wrote. It's a good one. He wrote that one, what is it, the 80s?
It's a good story, that's right.
And it's still relevant today, can you believe? So, you guys, we're going to stay with episode 5 for just a second longer. Like we said, it was an extended episode, so we have an extended sharing with you today.
That's right.
Do we have comments?
Yeah, Jay said, I owe the biggest debt of gratitude to you all
Aww.
for helping me connect to my Hawaiian roots, culture, and being an extended family.
Wow, thank you so much, Jay.
I cherish my ohe. Oh, I cherish my ohe.
You still have your
We
ohe.
obtained in Maui to this very day from Anthony.
Wow.
Natividad. I share the stories and aloha to my keikis, and it's a joy.
Aww. You guys, for those of you who don't know what an ohe is, it's a flute that you play with your nose. It's a Hawaiian flute.
Yeah.
So thank you, Jay,
Well,
for
that's
sharing
really
that
something,
with us.
you know, the Polynesian culture is something that's a part of our life and has been for so many of you as well. And
wow,
Eva,
that's a perfect transition
perfect
right there,
segue.
actually.
Because we mentioned before that Eva danced with us we had his episode. We asked him to do a little Fa'atau Pati.
Yes, and a Fa'atau Pati, for those of you who don't know, it's a Samoan slap dance.
Yeah.
And they use their body to, it's really cool and it's really difficult. So Eva's going to share a little bit with that before we ask you to stand up and dance today. Ooh, surprise! But before that, let's play that clip.
Yeah.
So you guys, and Eva, if you're watching, thank you for sharing that with us.
Waftai te re lava.
So you guys, that's a perfect transition into this exercise we're going to share with you today.
Yeah.
We want to share with you a little Tahitian dance exercise. So if you're in bed, if you're on your couch, we're going to ask you guys to get on your feet. This is a fun, interactive exercise.
Yeah.
So please stand up, stand up, stand up, stand up. We're going to be dancing
couch.
over here. It's another video, but we're
gonna
going to be
feel
dancing
good.
over here with you.
It's going to feel good.
And what we're going to be talking in the video is about how grounding Polynesian dance is and how it ultimately brings you back to yourself and it brings you back to your roots and it's so empowering. So we want you guys to share in that with us. So Dookie, why don't you play that clip for our viewers? Welcome, my friends! It's so good. Today we are going to talk to you a little bit about community building and building community. So as we all know, we are all in a global pandemic, which means that we're home most of the time. And for a lot of us, that also means we're at home alone a lot of the time. And we understand how important it is to have guidance, that community support, the support of family. And so today, we are welcoming you into our Kamakani Ohana. And for those of you who haven't seen Lilo and Stitch, Ohana does mean family in Hawaiian. But today, we are going to be teaching you a little bit about Tahitian dancing.
Yeah.
Because the Polynesian culture and Polynesian dance is so grounding and it allows you to find your roots because everything that comes from the Polynesian culture ultimately comes from the earth and from Mother Nature. And so we're learning to be one with ourselves and one with the earth so that we can find grounding and centering in these times of trouble. So why don't you tell us a little bit about Tahitian dance?
Yeah, Tahitian dance, there's two types. There's the otea, which is a welcome dance, and we do that to drums. And there's the aparima, which means to show with your hands. That's an expression that you bring from yourself and you tell stories. And it's just so fulfilling. And when we dance, as you can see, everything is made from the earth. The logs, the costumes, the shells, they're all coming from the earth, from the ocean, from our planet.
So today we're going to teach you a little bit of Tahitian dance. So if you're sitting with your family, if you're sitting by yourself, go ahead and stand up. We're going to dance together. We're going to shake our butts today. We're going to teach you just a basic intro to Tahitian dance today.
Okay, everybody at home now. Let's up on your feet. Let's get up on your feet. If you get off the couch, you get off the couch. Okay.
Everybody stand up.
That's it. Grab your partner. Grab somebody you love. Everybody up on your feet. Okay. Now place your feet on the Earth Mother. That's right, because that's part of what this movement and dance is. Okay, now bend your knees. Bend, I said, hey, at home. Hey, you, bend your knees. There you go. Down. Okay, good. Feels good, don't it? Okay, now when I say hit the coconut, we're going to swing to the right, and we're going to hit the coconut with our hips. Get ready, and hit the coconut. Woo! Good job. Okay, now when I say hit the papaya, we're going to swing to the left and hit the papaya. Everybody ready? And hit the papaya. Okay, now let's turn around here. Okay, and it's going to be hard for you to see the camera when you guys are turning around, but you get the idea with the girls here. When I say,
Keep those legs bent.
yeah, I say hit the mango, we're going to swing to the rear and hit the mango. You ready? Hit the Mongo! Hit the Mongo! Hit the Mongo! Woo! That was nice. Okay, round to the front. And get ready. Hit the banana. Oh, yeah. Now, we're going to put it all together.
And for those of you who don't know, a slow circle is called an ami.
Yes.
And a fast circle is called a farapu. So say that at home.
Ami, para.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay, get ready.
Bend those knees.
And the knees, here we go.
Together.
To the right, to the rear, to the left, to the front, to the right, to the rear, to the left, to the front, to the right, to the right, to the left. Woo! Good job.
And Yorana from the islands of Tahiti.
Yorana.
Yorana.
Woo-wee.
You guys, I hope you got up and danced because it's so much fun. Even if you're in a costume, you could do it. And if you didn't get up and dance, that's in our 5th episode. So you got to go and watch it and do it then.
I love that. I love it, I love it, I love it, I love it.
Yvonne Ramon said hi. Yvonne Ramon.
Oh, hi! Thank you for being here. Thank you guys so much. And again, if you're just joining us now, if you're wearing a Halloween costume tonight, type in the chat, let us know what it is.
Let us know what it is.
And also, we are taking donations tonight, and the donation link is in the description below if you care to leave a donation. Thank you guys so much. So we're going to keep moving forward with love now. We have another song to share with you.
Michael Rigo said he's still dancing.
Yes, good, Mike. I'm still dancing.
Yeah. Well, you guys, this particular song is going to feature my daughter. Janice is going to sing it. I wrote this some time ago, and it's on an upcoming album called Catalog 1.
Yes, it's going to be released so soon. You guys were so excited.
Catalog 1.
Oh my gosh, this album is one of my favorites of my dad's music. It's so good.
This is called Love is the Melody. It's all about the universal language of music, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
In the morning, in this message, shining brightly like the sun, in the spotlight, in the street light, let the harmony be sung. Melody, life is the song. You are the harmony. Won't you sing along? Ooh. So my brothers, let us waken. We should never sleep again. There's a dawn, and Lord, it's breaking. Where darkness was our only friend. Love is the melody. Life is the song. You are harmony. Won't you sing along? Won't you sing along? Sing along, long, long, sing along. Sing, 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 sing along. Sing, 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 sing along. Oh, sing, 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 sing along. Oh, love is the melody. Life is the song. You are the harmony. Won't you sing along? Won't you sing along? Won't you sing along? Won't you sing along? Won't you sing along?
You guys, love is the melody. Life is the harmony.
Baby, that was so sweet.
Thank you.
Ramon said it's me, Bonnie.
Oh, Bonnie. Oh, Bonnie. I'm so happy you're here.
Andy Moore said Denise de Castro with that amazing voice.
Aw, thank you, Andy. I appreciate it. And Bonnie, again, thank you for being here. I wish I could see all of you in person and give you a hug.
Woo!
But anyways, let's keep moving forward.
That's right.
So you guys, we have a little clip here from our 6th episode. We featured my cousin, actually. His name is Tino Luafalemana.
Yeah, my wonderful, talented, intelligent, and inspiring nephew, Tino Luafalemana.
Yes, indeed. And he is a mentor for drug recovery and also a celebrator of life.
That's right. That's his main message. That's right.
And his main message is a message of support and family. So this first clip that we're going to show you from that episode actually takes us way back to our roots in Carson, California. It's Oh My Fatasi.
Oh My Fatasi. Yeah, and then it features a lot of the fellas that we grew up with from the first generation Samoans that grew up in our community.
Yeah, and for those of you who don't know, which will be said in the clip as well, but a lot of Samoans actually came to Carson, California, and
that's right.
That's how a lot of our family actually ended up out there. So this clip will give you a little idea of how they ended up out here, again, to spread awareness of different cultures and about what the U.S. is made of.
And Oh My Fatasi means come together. Yeah, and it was a call for unity and for healing amongst all of the Samoan people.
And just a shout out, we just like to mention Uncle Simi because he is featured in this documentary. And so we'd like to just put his name out there as well, in addition to Tino's. So Dookie, if you could play that clip for our viewers.
Oh My Fatasi.
That while we were all growing up, there wasn't that many Samoans in the area. You know, there was a few of us. Naturally, we had to stick together, defending ourselves from just the everyday harassment of the police, or just trying to make it and, you know, going through school. Some were lucky enough to finish school, you know, and some of us were, you know, just got kicked out of school or just gave up. The first major wave of Samoan immigration to America began when the U.S. Navy left American Samoa in 1951. The second wave occurred during the early 90s, reuniting families and possible better living conditions. There are about 100,000 Samoans on the West Coast and in Hawaii. Half are in Southern California. This tape is about Oh My Fatasi, a Samoan self-help organization based in Carson, California, which evolved from the socially turbulent years of the 60s. It shows how they work with the street youth of their complex community.
Yes, thank you. Thank you guys for sharing that with us.
That's right.
And we also would like to shout out to Auntie Pam and Uncle Daryl if you guys are watching.
It's good to see the old neighborhood, isn't it?
Everyone from Carson.
And you guys, something that we did not mention about Tino is that he actually is a former gang member from Carson, California, part of the Samoan gang. So in our episode, gang life is something that I personally didn't know a lot of throughout the U.S., so we think it's very valuable for us to know about those things that he experienced in his life and in his world.
That's right, and his message is so powerful. He talks, he's seen a lot of challenges in his life, and one of the things he talked about is, you know, if you want to talk about prison, you know, if you want to talk about gangs, if you want to talk about drugs, if you want to talk about violence, you know, he knows about that, but he's all through with that.
And sorry, I keep cutting you off.
He wants to talk about life.
Yeah, his message is really about life. And so this next clip we have is of him talking about his support systems and how important family life is. So Dookie, play that next clip.
There was always, you know, always a vision of positivity in our lives, man, with all us growing up while we was growing up. You know, they love this journey that I'm on, man.
Yeah.
You know, because when you're struggling with with the struggles that I struggle with, it's not just it's just not a personal issue, man. It's a family issue,
right?
You know, and they helped me deal with them problems, and they prayed, man. You know, and prayer is powerful, man.
Woo!
Yes, you guys.
Tino, we're so proud of you.
I know, Tino, if you're watching.
My wonderful nephew. So proud of you, the whole family.
Yeah, and we're so proud to share your story as well. Again, everyone's human experience and individual experience is so important, and it's so important for all of us to know about and have awareness of, so that we can become one world, one people.
Rascal.
So, you guys, we're going to introduce now the song from that episode. It's a beautiful, beautiful song that my dad wrote. We're going to play another video just of our family. In the video, the Samoan community that we've come to know throughout the years that have welcomed us into their family and into their lives, as well as them being a part of our family.
That's right, and I won't talk too much about it here because the video clip, I think, does a great job of introducing what this song was about. We wrote it, I wrote the song on our honeymoon in 1979 in the islands of Samoa.
And I just would like to mention, again, Auntie Pam and Uncle Daryl and Ray Ray and Nico, if you're watching, we do have a little clip in there of Ray Ray when she was a teenager doing the taulunga.
Oh!
So, you guys, I'm so excited to share this with you, and we're representing the Taulelea family. Madison, when she was a really little baby, also featured as the taulunga. We're also featuring Nicole Utai, if he is watching, and Eva as well, of course, because he's part of our... So, you guys, we're so excited to share this with you. Sofia Fianga.
Well, hello, everybody. It's a beautiful day here in Huntington Beach, California. And I had a thought this morning when I woke up. I was thinking what a beautiful experience it is today, waking in this waking world. We're living in a waking world. The entire planet is becoming more aware that we're not separate. We're one human family around the globe. And the first time that this occurred to me was in 1979 when I was on my honeymoon in the islands of Samoa. And I was there with my beautiful wife, of course, little Jean. And we were made to feel welcome by the chief of the village of Vaipuna. They had 13 children, and of course his very gracious wife, to add 2 more people to their family there. Welcome, a part of the family, they gave us a big mosquito net for the fale. And for those of you that don't know what a fale is, it's a Samoan dwelling that's raised on stilts about 1.5 feet off the ground so that the pigs and the chickens can't run through. And it has no windows, it has no doors. In fact, it's got no walls at all. It's just open to God's world. And so the chief's wife, she gave us a big giant mosquito net, and she gave us some Samoan colorful flower material called the ie lava lava. And we draped that in the corner of the fale, and there we made our honeymoon suite. Man, it was a wonderful time. And I'll tell you, I lay there at night just thinking how grateful I am, to be embraced by such a feeling of oneness and feeling like these wonderful people from the other side of the planet, so far from where my home was, made me feel at home. I couldn't help but think about my family. I was raised in a big family too, with 9 brothers and sisters. I was one of 9. And as I lay there under that mosquito net at night, just thinking, about my mom and my dad and how much love they gave us and how they raised us with such support. And my brothers and sisters, it's just, I wouldn't be the same without them. And today, I've come so far, with the relationships that we've had. And so that one night in Samoa, I was thinking very heavily on these thoughts. And at that time, I wrote a song called O Motu o Fiafianga. And I would like for you guys to think about, as you hear this song, think about the human family. Think about your support group. Think about the friends that you have at times like this, the people that you share thoughts with, the people that you share your emotions and feelings with, you know, your troubles, your happiness. Think about all of those people and think about the things that we all have in common, because we really are all one human family. And do get a chance to go to Samoa, the place where this thought first came to me. I know this is what you'll find. Omoto Ofiafianga, Islands of Happiness. Emerald Island in turquoise sea, coconut palm, banana tree, growing taro and breadfruit too. It's a land that will always be good to me. When I first came there, I knew no one. Now beautiful people, they call me son. I've plenty of brothers and sisters too. It's a people who'll always be good to me. Samoa, the people say, Fai Lemu, it will be okay. Alofa is love, the Samoan way. For all that you give will return someday. Samoa, oh, Motua, Fia Fianga. When I was in Samoa, at 6:45 every evening, the high chief would step out of his fort, fold his arms, and under his watchful eye, at that moment in the evening, anyone that was walking in the village would sit, and those driving through the village would stop. Of course, and if they didn't stop, someone in the village would throw rocks at their car. Stop. And under the watchful eye of the high chief, just at that moment, he would send the children down to ring the church bells every day at that time. But the problem was, in the village, they didn't have any church bells. They had these oxygen tanks. They were 6 foot and 8 foot tall, left over from the Second World War, and they were tied, dangling from the trees. So the children, off they go with their rocks and sticks, and they ring church bells. And all you could hear in the village each day at that time was the church bells ringing and the rush of the surf of the Coral Lagoon. And then, one by one, each of the families would raise their voice and sing their grace before meals. In all of Samoa, the church bells ring, the people all dance, the children sing, and sometimes they listen to radio, but most of their music they make their own. Samoa, oh, Motua, Fia Fianga.
video. It was such a fun one to edit.
Oh,
It
man.
really celebrates the culture and the love of the Samoan culture and the Samoan community.
That's right. Oh,
It's
boy.
really
Wha'asamo.
the culture is really about a celebration of life. Straight from Tino.
That's right.
Yes. Yeah, so you guys, someone I forgot to mention as well who has been a part of our family as well, who is currently in American Samoa, is Rita Leleua. She's performed with us. She was also featured. Dookie, you just knocked the camera, I think. Oh, okay. But yeah, she has also performed with us throughout the years, so we're very thankful to her and her expertise and for the knowledge that she's shared with
I know,
us.
Rita. Yeah, Faftailava. Thank you so much, love.
Yeah, thank you, Rita. So you guys, we just hopped from one group of islands. Now we're hopping to the next group
That's
of
right.
islands.
Guess where we're headed now? To Japan.
Japan! Yay! So you guys, we're on to our 7th episode of this series where we featured, it's another extended episode. So there are 2 guests and a special feature, which is my grandma, Sumika Yoshikawa Shado.
That's right, and this is another step out on the planet Earth here to discover the things that we discover that one spirit that we all have, and also celebrate that spirit through the language, the universal language of music.
Yes, exactly. What we have in common, and also what is different about different cultures and different parts of the world, so that we can learn from each other. That's especially potent in this first clip from my cousin Ayaka Fukasawa. She is our first guest on this episode, and she's going to talk to us a little bit about the difference between trash cans in the U.S. and New York.
What?
It seems silly, but it's actually very interesting. So you guys, here we go. Play that clip.
In Japan, there's no trash can on the street, so we Japanese people gonna bring back their trash at home and trash yourself. Like when we go to watch the baseball game or maybe basketball game, we eat like hamburgers and drinks and cokes, right?
Yeah.
And if like someone near me or someone left the trash and leave, they're gonna pick another one's trash and like bring back to the trash cans.
Woo. Isn't that interesting, you guys? They don't have trash cans on the street. That was something I noticed when I visited Japan as an American. They had all this trash from places I was going, and I was like, where do I throw my trash away?
That is something to think about here.
It's something to think about.
And that's ultimate respect for the Earth Mother and for the environment and for the people you live with, too.
Yeah, I was going to say for our community as well, they really take care of each other, and that's something that we can learn from.
I think so.
So I think that's worth sharing. So we're going to hop now to our second featured guest. I didn't mean to quote that. I just meant to do a little too. It's our second featured guest, which is my grandmother, Sumi. And also my mom is in this clip as well, sharing my grandmother's story to get the older generation's perspective, and especially someone who came from Japan to the U.S., migrated here, had United States culture, but also bringing her own culture to our country as well.
That's right, and Sumiko's journey has become our journey as we learn more about her life, where she came from, her challenges, and she shares her music with us in this video. It's just the best.
So you guys, we're going to present to you her story and us singing together a little bit in a version of Sukiyaki that we do. Most of you probably know that song. So play that clip, Dookie.
Konnichiwa. My name is Janaea. And I want to tell you a little bit about my mother, who came here from Japan. I'm second generation Japanese, I'm Nisei. So my mom came here from Japan because she met her husband, my dad, in the Korean War. And she married him over there. I was made in Japan and born here. I barely made it here. And she did come over on a boat, on a military ship. She left her family in Japan, never knowing if she was going to see them again. She immigrated here. She came here after the Korean War, but as a child, she was also in World War II. They had to take cyanide so they wouldn't lose face, because they said that the Americans would come and kill them anyway. And when World War II struck, her city was bombed. She had to leave her home to go into the country to escape the bombing. So she lost a lot of friends that way and families. She lost a lot of friends that were bombed in Tokyo. And I've grown to have so much more respect for her and her generation and her culture, and I'm very, very proud. I'm very proud to be Japanese.
So, you know, as you listen to this song today, each of you look at the other generations, you know, see through their eyes, listen to their story. There's something in where we came from and something in where we're going that helps us meet in the middle, and it's basically who we are.
Yes. So I'd like to introduce my grandmother, Sumiko Yoshikawa Shadle, to sing with me this rendition of Sukiyaki. It took everything for me to get my grandmother to sing that with me on a video.
She acted like she didn't want to do it.
Oh my gosh, she's a beautiful singer, and she's part of a choir as well. I was like, Grandma, why don't you sing with me? But she did, and I'm so grateful for her.
She's the best.
Yeah, she's a beautiful, beautiful soul. So you guys, we're still on our 7th episode. It's an extended episode, which means we have one more guest to share with you. His name is Yuki Yamaji. And he is a friend that's been a part of our family for a few years now. He met my brother when he came out to America to go to school here, and now he's back living out in Japan, and he's about to take over his father's business.
That's right. Yeah, he studied at OCC in Orange County, and we talked to him a little bit about the circumstances and the situation in Japan regarding COVID-19 and the differences between Japan and the United States.
Yes, and I'm sorry, quick interjection before we hop to that clip. I just wanted to say thank you to those of you who have been donating. We appreciate it so much. I saw a few names on there. And the Kaliakamos as well. And Auntie Gina. Oh, thank you, Auntie Gina. And Magman. Thank you. And John and Eric, thank you guys so much. And Shelby DeCastro, thank you. And Bonnie! Oh, thank you, Bonnie. I appreciate it.
Our family, Christine Patino, she wants to know how to donate.
Oh, so you guys, to donate, there's a donation link in the description. So if you click on that link, it'll take you to a new web browser, and it'll take you through the instructions as to how to do that. Thank you so much for asking, and thank you for donating. We appreciate it so much.
Cheatham says, I can feel the respect and love you have for your mother.
Aww.
Grandmother. You honored her in the most wonderful way. Love it.
I do love my grandma. She's a funny one. She insults me a lot because of my nose ring and my shaved head, but I love her so much. I'm just kidding. It's out of love. It's a joke.
Auntie Rhea says kissy face.
Auntie Rhea.
Yeah, it brings kissy faces. And Nadine said beautiful.
Oh, thank you.
Nadine, we miss you.
And you guys, for those of you who were here at the beginning of the show, we did have a few technical difficulties, so we are running a little bit behind. I encourage you to stay all the way through the end of this live stream because we have a very special video to share with you at the very end. We're almost there. We just have like 2 more songs and a few more clips. But we have a very special video that features a lot of people who might be watching. So please stick around.
Big surprise. That's right.
All right. So we were on the topic of COVID-19, and once again, yeah, exactly, as why we're doing a live stream instead of a live performance here, but that's okay because we're reaching so many people. It's exciting.
That's right.
But he was mentioning the difference between how certain countries look at and deal with the virus. And Yuki has some very interesting things to share with us about what they do in Japan in terms of their death count in relation to the U.S.
That's right. Let's play that count and see what he had to say.
All right. So the report from Johns Hopkins University says that the United States has 59 deaths per 100,000 people, and Japan has only 1 death per 100,000 people.
Wear a mask outside.
Oh yeah, you mentioned that if you don't wear the mask outside, that you're seen as a terrorist to your community, right?
And also store staff or restaurant staff every time check our body temperature.
Anytime you go into a restaurant or a store, you said, they'll check your temperature?
Yes.
Yes, isn't that interesting? They consider each other terrorists if they don't wear masks outside. It seems kind of funny, but it's actually real because it's about taking care of your community. It's about caring about taking care of others, even if you may or may not have it. You don't know. So it's good to just take precaution.
Hey, it was inspiring to me. I mean, Japan's a very good place. And they have a death toll of 1 to every 100,000. We've got a death toll of 59 to every 100,000. They're really doing something right. It's worth thinking about.
Yeah, it's worth thinking about. Again, spreading awareness. So you guys, we have a song live for you now that kind of deals with that topic. It's called Run Rabbit Run, and before he tells us about the song, I just wanted to mention that we are playing a recording along with us playing live that features a horn part that is played by Dave Miller and Mike Rigo, who is also watching right now. I think Uncle Dave is watching as well, but they are featured on the video in this episode, you guys. So watch episode 7 to get the full effect, and we will play it for you live today and feature their horn part.
Woo! It's called Run Rabbit Run, and you know, just briefly, with the COVID situation, I really realize how much I have to be grateful for. A lot of people are in a very tough spot. We saw on the news, a poor old woman was being escorted because she couldn't pay the rent. And a lot of people in New York have faced that, a lot of people in Los Angeles. And it's just something that we think about. So I thought this would be an appropriate story because at one time I found myself in a situation not exactly the same, but similar. And I was a carpenter working in Topanga Canyon, and I was up on the 3rd story of one of the buildings that we were working on, and there was an ocean of lumber and buildings there. And in the field, I saw a rabbit going running between, you know, the piles of lumber, and I was thinking, geez, this poor guy, that used to be his home. It was filled with trees, it was filled with brush, bushes, wildlife, and now it's filled with old wood and stuff like that. And I thought, well, too bad for this guy, and I went back to work. When I got home, there was a note on my front door, and my landlord told me I was being evicted because he was raising the rent, and I could no longer afford to live there. And I thought about this rabbit, and I wrote this song. So it's called Run Rabbit Run. Let's listen to it, huh? Here we go.
All right, let me know when. Is the samples ready?
I'm ready for this story.
Are the samples ready?
Yeah.
Okay.
Go.
Gotta count me in.
2, 3, 4.
Oh, there's a count.
Well, a rabbit laying hiding with his family in a naked barren field they once called home. like a bullet from a gun. So it's run,
run, run, rabbit, run.
Well, the landlord called today with his apology. Now the cost of living costing me my home. If you cannot pay, you know damn well you can't stay. So it's run, 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 rabbit, run. Run, rabbit, run. There's no further decision. Run, rabbit, run. While the hunt is on the prowl, speed and violence he will come like a bullet from a gun. So it's run, run, run,
rabbit, run.
2, 3, 4.
Run, run.
There's no time for indecision.
Run, run.
While the hunt is on the prowl, speed and violence he will come like a bullet from a gun. So it's run, 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 run,
rabbit,
That was so much fun. I hope that that the audio came through on the internet. Let us know if you like that tune or not. Huh?
Yes, indeed. That's such a good one.
Woo!
And thank you again, Mike and Uncle Dave, for being a part of that performance there.
Yeah, absolutely.
We got some comments.
We got comments from the last video.
Oh, good. From the last video, you guys.
Auntie Gina said she's in tears because she saw Nina, Socorro Mendoza, and Portillo, and Grandpa.
Oh.
Grandpa Adolfo.
Oh, that picture. It's so beautiful.
Adolfo Portillo and
Yeah.
Socorro Portillo. And say a shout out to our cousin and Auntie Jackie Peterson.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Auntie Olivia.
Oh, yeah. Shout out to Jackie Peterson and Auntie
God,
Olivia, you guys. And thank you, Auntie Gina, for your kind comments.
Yeah.
Auntie Denise said Sukiyaki is one of my favorite songs.
Yes, Auntie Denise, it is. And it's one of our favorites to perform together.
Yeah.
Her voice is all blended so well.
Oh, yeah, it sounded beautiful, didn't it?
I know, she has a beautiful voice. So, you guys, we're going to hop on because, like I said, we're running a little behind. So, we got to move forward.
Cousin Casey said, love you so much.
Oh, Casey, you're watching.
Oh,
Thank you for
baby.
watching.
All the way from
We love you.
Idaho.
Yes.
And Michael Regal said, great live version.
Yeah, Mike. So, you guys, we're going to hop forward. We're hopping into our 8th episode now, and our guest for that episode, his name is Macaw Black Elk.
Ah.
He's a Lakota Studies teacher, and he's the executive director for Truth and Healing
That's
at
right.
the Red Cloud Indian School on Pine Ridge Reservation in South Dakota. He is very, very smart.
You guys, we were blessed. We were blessed to be able to interview him.
I think he's watching too, so Macaw, shout out to you.
You sweet soul. Yeah. Well, you know, our conversation was so interesting because we opened our discussion with him in our interview with no educational institution that I have ever been in had a title called the Director of Truth.
Mm-hmm.
And so it was so interesting to discuss just exactly what that means, what that role is.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and he had some very, very interesting things to say.
Yeah, he's going to talk about, he's going to actually talk a little bit about that in this clip about what he does for his Lakota community.
That's right.
So, Dookie, can you play that clip, please? I told them already.
Yeah.
The two worlds paradigm, I think, creates what I like to call a false binary. It's this idea that Indigenous peoples have to choose to either uphold something that is maybe romanticized as pure and pre-colonial Indigenous identity or practice, or choose this sort of stained, tainted, colonial, colonized version, and that there's a bad choice, and this can create, I think, an identity schism for a lot of young people as they grapple with what does it mean to be an Indigenous person in this colonial world. I don't like that binary because I believe it's in fact just a continued product of this colonial mindset, and we have to make the choice of how to move forward and grow collectively and individually.
Yeah. So thank you, Maka, for sharing that. I know I hadn't thought about before. You had shared that with me. That's a community that I know very little about. And if you guys care to know more, there's so much. It's a wealth of information on episode 8 about Pine Ridge Reservation.
That's right.
And about what they deal with there.
Oh, and Maka, since you're out there, I just wanted to thank you for giving me the opportunity to share a song with you that I wrote some time ago. Wrote it in 1970. And
I'm sorry, something we didn't mention also, he's going to talk a little bit about that. In addition to being the Lakota Studies teacher and the executive director for Truth and Healing, he's a descendant, the great, great, great grandson of the Lakota Sioux holy man Black Elk.
That's right. Yeah. And that's really why I was so grateful to be able to present this song about your great, great, great grandfather. And he's such a world-renowned figure. After the publication originally Black Elk Speaks by John Neihart, and he became, a subject of great interest to the world. And it was so interesting to hear the family perspective on this wonderful man. And this is a song that I wrote inspired by that book, Black Elk Speaks. And it talks a little bit about the vision that Black Elk had. And he was a remarkable man. We think we're going through changes. We think things are going fast, don't we? We think it's almost too much for us. Yet here was a gentleman in the end of the 1800s, who saw life change. He lived actually to in 1950, and he saw life change from the tomahawk to the atom bomb. Up! Teepees round like the sun, round like the nests of our winged brood, round like the seasons and round like the moon, round like the horizon, round like the cycle of all things, born and dying. Time in the Indian land, the circle of love went unbroken. The depth of a heart was the strength of a man. His heart, like his country, was open. But the walls and fences that the white man bring put an unnatural end to the flow of things. The circle is broken. The circle is broken. The circle is broken. The circle got iron and wood to keep the people apart. There's a ball much stronger in the white man's heart. The circle is broken. The circle is broken. The circle is broken. The circle is divided by walls. Well, we've known this for so many moons. People would die in a world without freedom. Yet we live in square boxes, in fear of our own friends, in fear of our own thoughts. Where is a man who will stand up for what he believes in? There is a man who will stand up for what he believes in. Oh, there once was a time in the Indian land, the great men of our nation were trusted. Their word was their life, that's as it should be. A man spoke from his heart or got busted. But now the big politicians and the ones we elect, have they kept the word they have spoken? Have we lost all our senses to the green dollar bill? We put trust in a man who's just joking, who's just joking, who's just joking, who's just joking. Now the walls and fences that the white man bring put an unnatural end to the flower thing. The circle is broken, the circle is broken, the circle is broken. The iron and wood to keep the people apart. There's a water in the white man's heart. The circle is broken, the circle is broken, the circle is broken, the circle is black. Elk said the circle is broken. Black Elk said the circle is broken. Black Elk said the circle is broken. Divided by walls and fences. 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 Divided by walls and fences.
Oh! Yes!
Fernando.
Oh my God, Fernando's here.
He said lyrical genius. You two are amazing.
Yeah, man, he's my dad.
And Bridget.
My baby.
And I was gonna add to that. Hold on, he's my dad, and he still affects me with his lyrics.
Yes.
That wasn't the end of the sentence. He's my dad.
Exactly. He's my husband, and he amazes me for 40 years. Bridget.
I don't know what you're saying.
Bridget says, love your cultural segments, the Samoan, the so beautiful one with your grandma, and your Japanese grandma, and the ever so awesome Lakota. So much love for my family.
Oh, thank you, Bridget, for that beautiful comment. She, for those of you who didn't hear, she was talking about how she loves the cultural segments. There's so much to be had in our world, and we're so excited to be sharing that with you guys.
Well,
so just 1 second, you guys. One more technical issue.
God talking about sainthood?
No, we just had the one clip, and then we have the dance exercise from that.
Ah, that's right.
Are we back? We are
Woo,
back. Thank you for sticking around, you guys. So we're going to have another on your feet exercise.
Yes, this is a great Friday night.
Yes, something else that we talked about in that episode with Maka.
Yeah.
With Maka is the similarities really between, so for those of you who don't know, I'm sure most of you know, but my mom owns a Polynesian dance studio called Kamakani Komohana. I've been a professional dancer since I was very, very young. My dad plays the music, obviously. Yeah. But something that we were talking about is a lot of the similarities between the Hawaiian culture and the Lakota culture.
That's right.
So,
you know, and the respect for the Earth Mother and that more than respect, but the understanding of our interdependence and the nurturing, you know, that comes from the Earth Mother. And the Polynesian communities, all of the islands of the South Pacific and even the Caribbean islands, they have that same earthy feeling and that's that same, well, it's a center and a grounding that is a very spiritual understanding of our relationship and our interdependence with the Earth Mother.
Yeah, it is. And something also that we talked about in that episode is really how, we talked about this earlier with the Tahitian dance exercise, but how grounding Polynesian dance is, specifically hula, Hawaiian dance. It was originally actually a martial art when it was first developed.
That's right.
So it is a warrior dance. So we're going to share that with you today.
That's right.
And we're going to have you feel the energy of the earth and really ground your feet into the earth today.
That's right. This is another surprise experience on our journey around the planet Earth. So please enjoy this.
So you guys stand up. Play that clip. So my friends, it's your turn to dance now. So if you haven't stood up already, why don't you go ahead and stand up, grab your friends, grab your family. Let's do this together as a community to become grounded together.
Oh, the first step that you're going to learn is called the ka'o, and that is the sway. But first, you want to ground yourself. Go as low as you can go.
Feeling the energy of the core of the earth, connecting with the Earth Mother.
You're going to feel it here in your thighs, make sure. And so, what the second thing I want you to do is get on a boat. Imagine you're on a boat in the middle of the ocean.
Keeping those knees bent.
Yeah, and you can feel the sway going back and forth on the waves. Now you want to stop your top and keep your bottom going.
And keep your knees bent.
You're going to feel spiritually wonderful, but physically hurting.
In the best way.
All right. So now let's learn the dance itself. I'm going to tell the story with my words, and now watch the girls' hands. And you do exactly as they do and tell the story with your hands.
And keep those knees bent, keep those hips moving.
That's right. So I say, pearly shells. You pick up the
your shells, turn them over.
From the ocean. Right.
Dig into the sand.
Shine the sun now. That's a big, beautiful sun that smiles, covering the shore with a beautiful horizon. Now when I see them, you take a look and see from your eyes. My heart tells me I love you.
Make sure it's your heart and not your tummy.
Yeah, make sure it's not your liver too. Gotta hold it. And you say more than all those little shells. Okay, now let's put it all together.
And you guys keeping those knees bent, keeping your hips moving.
Yes,
You're about to feel it now.
Stay on your boat. It feels so good.
My pearly shell from the ocean.
Dig into the sand.
Shining in the sun.
Sun, smile.
Covering the shore. When
From your eyes.
My heart tells me that I love you.
Your heart
and snug.
Those little pearly shells.
Pick up your shells.
More than all. More than all. Those little pearly shells. Lava.
And strike a pose. You guys, I hope you feel the groundedness and the power of this hula today. Thank you for joining us for this exercise, and welcome to our Kamakani Ohana. Woo! Woo! So I hope you guys got up and danced again. We're gonna hop through these next clips because we're a little behind here. So we're gonna hop to episode 9, which is one of our very dear family friends who I believe is watching, Eric Leo. Thank you for being on our show. Thank you for being with us here today. He is a recipient, a DACA recipient, as well.
A member of the LGBTQ community, and his journey, I think, and his story is so informative and inspiring to all of us.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So for those of you who don't know what the DACA program is, we have a clip to tell you a little bit about it. So Dookie, play that clip.
So what this program does, it gives us permission to be within the U.S. and to be able to work and go to school without having to fear persecution or having to fear that we might just get caught up and get deported. What the program doesn't, it doesn't give us privileges to be able to fly. All it does is just gives us that opportunity to be able to work, study, and be here. Now, I've been within the program since I was 17. I'll be 10 years next year. And essentially, it's just 2-year period that you have to be able to reapply every 2 years to make sure that you have that continuous coverage and ability to be able to work.
Wow.
Eric, thank you so much.
Yeah.
Thank you for informing us of that.
Mm-hmm. Thank you for informing our viewers as well. I know that was something that I was about. I ended up doing my research on it, so I encourage you guys to do your research as well because it is part of our country. It's a thing that is happening.
That's
and
right.
It's a thing that we should know about.
Something we should understand.
Yeah, something we should understand. So our next clip, we have one more clip from Eric talking about the different energies. We talked about in our episode the difference between the female and male energies, not necessarily the female and male genders, but the energies that make up a human being.
That's right, and how we all are a combination of the two in different proportions. That's right.
It's a very interesting conversation. You guys definitely should watch it, episode 9 with Eric Leo. But as a little preview, here's his clip.
When it comes to energies, I love that because I grew up, being very feminine. I really didn't know there was a difference growing up. At first, it was awkward just trying to be around, trying to present something, trying to be tough or trying to be super aggressive. But I feel like, God created me with, just to be gentle. And I feel like that is pretty much what I want to do,
So you guys, we have a song that complements that conversation very well. The song, again, that my dad wrote. I'm going to be singing this one on the episode. He's singing it in the video. It's a very beautiful video, so you guys should watch it. But today I'm going to sing it because it's beautiful and I love it.
Oh boy, it's a sweet song, very personal, very tender. Yeah.
What's it called?
Yeah. It's called Daughter of the Sun, and it's a story about finding love when you least expect to find it, because sometimes, like everybody else, we often feel so alone, so isolated, and so far from anyone else. And really, what a delight and mysterious joy it is to find that one person who brings you close to another.
So I encourage you guys to really listen to the lyrics to this one. The words are very poetic, and they're beautiful. Daughter of the sun, sister
what's on my mind. Lover, come, take my hand, and I will show you where you stand with me. Thank you guys for sharing that story. Whew, oh my goodness.
It was a great performance.
Thank you. It was a great song. So, you guys, in the episode, we also talk about how those female and masculine energies translate in music as well. And this song is a really good representation of that. You could feel the difference in energies there. It's so cool.
That's right.
So, we're going to hop now to our 10th episode. Yay! So, we finally made it to the end. Our last episode was posted this Wednesday. So, if you haven't had a chance to watch it, please watch it. Our guest is my cousin again. Her name is Tennille Luafalemana.
My wonderful and talented niece.
She's an award-winning reggae, R&B, and pop artist.
Yeah, last year, #1 on the Billboard charts. And she had that really wonderful song, Flavor.
Flavor, yeah.
And she has a tremendous album out right now called 10.
This is 10. This is 10.
This is 10. And it's
because her nickname is Tennille. And we were so excited to have her on our show because she is a very successful music artist, so she has a lot of life experience behind her, in her life experiences as well. But something that we talked about was the joy of positivity, the joy of love, the celebration of life, the celebration of support on your journey towards success. And we think that is really the kicker that we want to put into the world.
Well, that's right. And she's very appropriately placed to on episode number 10 at the end of our journey here, at the end of our 10th episode, as we traveled around the world, and she finds herself in a situation here in our hometown. It's almost like coming home again, where we all grew up, and yet it's filled with the same mystery and the same it's filled with the same dazzling and wonderful and mysterious and uncertain world that we face everywhere else we go. And she talks a little bit about, how to face life as an entertainer and how to face the challenges of growing up in the community that we all grew up in.
Yeah, so let's play her little clip.
I definitely know that music and discernment and people is my passion. As people, we all go through things. We all go through battles, whether it's drugs, whether it's abuse, whether it's mental health, whether it's there's so many things that we go through, whether it's heartbreak or depression, and I can attest that those things are real, and I've been through those things. And mostly with me, it's about me reaching people through my music. That's the ultimate goal. I don't care to be famous, but I know that I was created to be heard.
Yes, thank you, Tennille.
Thank you so much, honey, for sharing that.
Yeah, thank you for sharing your story with us. It's so beautiful. And we have one more clip we'd like to share from her because it's a subject that is rampant in the world, in our country right now, which is Black Lives Matters.
Yeah.
She has a very...
she's got a unique point of view because she walks in two different worlds. She's half Samoan and half Black. And it's the interesting cultural blends that she experienced growing up is something I think that's instructive and inspiring to all of us.
Yes, indeed. So let's play that clip.
It definitely made me proud, though. I'm just so proud to be Black, like with this movement. I am definitely, and I'm living in LA and hearing helicopters and seeing the marches and everything, yes. I am so proud to be Black, and actually reiterated, yes, you're Samoan, but you are Black too, don't forget that, and so it definitely made me go back to my roots.
Yeah, that's the point.
Yes,
Back to our roots.
Thank you. So she has a lot more to say on that in the episode. If you care to watch episode 10, 10 for 10. But the message that we wanted to put out today is starting from a place of love. And what I was so inspired by in that message was that she is proud to be who she is. She is proud of where she comes from. Despite the challenges that she faces, she doesn't shy away from herself and who she is. She's proud of her roots. And that is so inspiring to me and something that I feel is valuable to share with you guys as well.
That's right.
So on to our last song before our surprise video. Yay! Thank you guys for those of you who have stuck around this long. I know it's been a long one, but it's hopefully been inspiring, educational, inspirational, and fun. So we have one more song for you guys. This is the song that we have a video for on episode 10. I'm going to be singing it live today. It's called Wonderland.
That's right, and then please do stick around after that. We have another big surprise,
Yes, it's a really good one. Please watch till the end. We're almost there. Do we have anything we want to say about this one?
Yeah, you know, this is a story about love and the imagination that it takes to find love. Looking at life through the eyes of a child.
Yes, and it's based off the story of Alice in Wonderland, you guys. So go on down the rabbit hole with us here.
Wonderland, your every wish is at your command. If you only believe you can, you'll find Wonderland. Ooh. Where true love grows, through the looking glass you can go, where all the world's young and beautiful, you'll find Wonderland. You've been trying to see life too seriously, that's tragic. You must learn how to smile through the eyes of a child. There's the magic. So if you're wondering about Wonderland, stop your wondering and take my hand. Look with love and you'll understand. Here is Wonderland.
Well, Wonderland. You'll find Wonderland.
Oh, you've been trying to see life too seriously, that's tragic. You must learn how to smile through the eyes of a child. There's the magic. So if you're wondering about Wonderland, stop your wondering and take my hand. Look with love and you'll understand. Here is Wonderland.
You did it! Sweet girl.
Thank you, you guys. Thank you for that. Ooh, I just wiped my black lipstick off. I hope it's not all over my face.
Well, Thank you for sticking around with us, and we've got a very special treat for you right now.
Yes, we do, you guys. So most of you know this song, but we have a very special presentation of it today. It's a video presentation because it's featuring a lot of my dad's family members.
Yeah, the DeCastro Family Choir. It's a song called America, and no surprise that our family, which Grandma Dottie, my mama, you know, good Lord, she's got a whole nation of DeCastro spread out from one side of the coast to the other. And they're all, not all of them, but the great portion of them are joining us on this video.
Yes, it's so cool. It's so exciting. And also we are featuring the Many Nations Band. So we are featuring, again, Dave Miller and Mike Rigo on horns.
Yes, and
we're also...
Mike Cravens and Tracy Jungle Dragoo.
And as well, Mr. John Gannon on his box. And our Auntie Denise on the Shakers,
That's
part of
right.
the band as well, and she's also part of the choir.
Yeah.
So you guys, shout out to our beautiful family. Shout out to my grandmother for making us happen. And shout out to this song, America. You guys, we're going to feature it now. We encourage you to listen to these lyrics. This is really a coming back to our roots kind of song, coming back of our country, as opposed to the differences that we all share.
That's right, America.
America, here we go!
And we shall keep your dream alive.
Long before the white man came, there lived a people on the plain. To the land they love we gave the name America. They taught their children to be free, to live and die with dignity, and only take what they need. So many wars were won and lost, a new world built at such a cost. We must recover what's been lost. America, America, Isn't that nice? I rode the rail from LA town, the Starlight coach, Seattle bound, searching for the lost and found America. Looked in every lonely place, I questioned each and every face, till at last I found a trace. America, oh beautiful auspicious sky, I see you in our children's eyes, and they shall keep your dream alive. America, help me out. let's step aboard that train and let's take a ride. We're sitting way up high, rocking back and forth. You could hear that steel against steel, the rotation of the wheel. You can feel that clicking of the track. Don't that feel good? Yeah, every once in a while, the engineer reaches up, he pulls on that whistle, and don't you hear that lonesome whistle blow? All aboard! Come on now. Oh. Yeah. Da, da. Here she comes. I rode the rail from LA town, the starlight coach, Seattle bound, searching for the lost and found America. I looked in every lonely place, I questioned each and every face, till at last I found a trace of America. Oh, beautiful, oh, spacious skies. I see red our people's eyes, and we shall keep your dream alive, America. And we shall keep your dream alive, America.
Are we on? Oh, haha, he didn't point at us. You guys, thank you for staying to watch that.
Glass eye.
So you'll notice there are a few edits that need to be fixed. There's like little text in the corner that's not supposed to be there. But other than that, it's beautiful. I'm gonna fix some stuff. And for a family who's watching who wasn't able to be a part of this video, we are going to do a re-edit of it. Moving forward, so we can incorporate even more people. It'll take a little bit more time, but
That's right, yeah.
we really want to make that happen. It's such a beautiful thing.
Proud to be a cuz, Brian DeCastro.
Aw,
Grandma Dottie.
Yeah.
Auntie Gina.
And
Thank you.
Nadine says, America, shout out to Dottie. Love you all, the Castro family.
Yay!
Tonight, one world, one people.
Yes,
One
thank
world,
you,
one
Nadine.
people.
Michael Rigo, yeah, Greg and family.
Yeah, Mike.
Woo!
Christine Patino, just perfect.
Just perfect. Thank you, Christine.
You guys, thanks for sticking with us and
Perfect.
yeah,
Oh
for
my gosh, here's more. I'm crying. This is so beautiful, Auntie Denise.
Oh, Auntie Denise! Yay! Isn't it beautiful? Is Uncle Mike still watching? Is he here?
no, probably not.
I'm
But
sure he's watching.
You'll be excited to see this, Uncle Mike.
All of these guys.
Aw.
Oh my God.
So you guys, we're at the end of our show. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you for sticking around this long.
we really, 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 really appreciate it. You know how much fun we have, and it's great, you know, to spend a Friday night and have you guys sitting on the couch and joining us.
Yeah, and I hope you also got on your feet and danced a bit as well.
That's right.
Can they buy a Wonderland?
Christine Patino said, Wonderland, how can I buy this song?
So we were supposed to release it a long time ago and it didn't happen. But we have a recording being made currently. It's not streaming yet. We started it at the beginning of the year and then everything happened and we fell a little behind.
Yeah, we're this close though to finishing up the recording, and then we'll let you know.
Yes, it's going to be a beautiful recording, and also if you'd like to listen to it, it's on our episode. And you guys should actually go watch the video because it's beautiful.
Oh
We bought
my
this amazing
God.
backdrop. Looks like
Episode-
we're in
what episode is that, honey?
Wonderland.
That's
Okay, we're at. Oh.
well. Let's say goodbye.
Okay, sorry
Well,
about
you
that, you
guys,
guys. We're about to say goodbye
It's
anyways.
been an evening of technical issues, but we worked through it, and God bless you.